Hi, I'm Michael Fairman, and I'm on the set of The Young and the Restless, and we're actually in Phyllis's apartment.
That's right.
And I don't think Amelia Heinle's been in Phyllis's apartment.
No,
You've
Amelia
never been.
or
Or
Victoria.
Victoria.
Oh, right.
Would she be?
No,
Yes.
Victoria's never been here.
Gina Tognoni, Jason Thompson, Amelia
Nice.
Heinle.
Hello, everybody.
You know them as Philly or Villy.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Thank you for
for
having
letting
us.
me into your apartment.
Yes, you're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome
too.
to our apartment.
Our apartment. We
Your
live here
apartment,
together.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these characters are quite dysfunctional in their own right. Would you not say each of you
Absolutely.
have dysfunctional characters in your own right?
Yes. Yes.
Phyllis?
They're so twisted, and it's good. Dysfunction is great. It's fun to play. Phyllis is extremely dysfunctional. She, well, no, I mean, I wouldn't say that. She would. I love playing her because she is so unique. You know, she's so vulnerable, and yet she can be vengeful at the same time. She's got this type of past that I don't know if she's forgiven herself for everything that she's done, so I think it influences so much at what she does. So, yeah, I love playing her.
But you never know what she's capable of.
You don't
never
know what
what's
she's capable
unpredictable.
of. Yeah,
Right.
very much so.
And then, of course, Billy.
Billy, which she adores.
Which she adores. But Billy is a bit of a, he just goes with his gut and is impulsive and
Correct.
does whatever he feels he should do at the moment.
He does listen to Victoria quite a bit.
She's the one that's got his little
whipping boy.
Yeah, nuts in the vice. Sorry.
How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about that?
I don't
Playing
know.
impulsive.
No,
Billy?
I mean it's the best. It's so fun. It's as an actor, it's just so fun to not feel like you have boundaries and you can kind of do anything. And this character welcomes that. And so I think because of that character, it's almost welcomed in the scenes and on set and all that kind of stuff too. So as you know, and then especially with these two, you have the freedom to just kind of play and they're right there with you. So as an actor, it's amazing. And the character's just super fun. I would definitely have a beer with this guy for sure.
You would?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And Victoria, she has daddy issues, do you think? Or what do you think?
Yeah, she's pretty much. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say about my character right now. She's still pretty much the same, A-type. Seems like the thing that I care about the most is family and business. I'm not sure which one more. At this point, I'm focusing more on business. 6 months ago, I was focused more on my family. I don't know. It's fun. I love playing her. I love the roller coaster that I'm kind of on right now with whatever's going on with me. I'm still not sure what it is.
This is going to be a enduring triangle. I can see this going on and on
Really?
and on. I do.
That's good. That's a good
I
sign.
do. But that's good, right?
It
'Cause
is.
it's
It
family
is.
drama. So
Yeah.
there was a scene, an elevator. You two went at it.
I think the most recent
one that just
scene
aired.
that you're talking
Is that
about.
the one that was extra catty or super?
Extra
It was
catty.
super ultra fortified. it was
mountain
a
lion
lot.
catty.
Like Mount Lang.
I think the issue is that Victoria calls Phyllis out on some of the latest events with Ben Hockman. Phyllis has gotten involved in some behind the scenes.
She set that up.
Yeah. So Phyllis sets up this situation where Victoria walks into this relationship with Ben, and Phyllis knows that Ben is not quite right, and kind of a loser, and so one thing leads to another, and it gets recorded on
GC Buzz.
GC
Yeah,
Buzz.
doesn't everything end up on GC
which is
Buzz?
kind of a fun new thing for Genoa City. And so Victoria is embarrassed and at the same time figures out that it's Phyllis. In some way, Phyllis sort of set that in motion. So my character recently has been setting things in motion to sabotage Victoria and
I think
Billy's
you're behind
relation.
everything,
I probably am.
Everything that's
But so that's kind of fun because Phyllis hasn't been doing a lot of that. The character is getting a bit predictable, and so I kind of like going
And
the
we
other
like
way
to
right
see
now.
Phyllis really
Yeah, I
kind
mean-
of down and dirty and being
When she needs to
when
be.
she needs to be. Right. So you're in the middle of this, Jason.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So how is that, being in the middle of this two?
A certain vibration to it, being in the middle. Yeah.
Is somebody stuttering?
Yeah. Is it mine? No, it's mine.
Jason Thompson has a phone call.
It's my
Hold on.
wife. I'll
His
wait.
wife is calling.
Wait, you call
Hopefully she's not going into labor. That'll
Well,
be-
no, you want to pick it up?
No, she'll be all right.
Now, if it rings again,
She's done it before. She knows what she's doing.
I know.
that labor thing.
Oh, pshaw.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he's in
back
the
to
middle.
Michael.
He's
Back
in
in
the
middle. So
Um,
how is he navigating this? Because he's obviously.
Well, I don't know if he's doing such a good
I don't
job
think
of
so
it,
either.
obviously. But I mean, there's this relationship that he has with Victoria. They have kids. They have, they have a business together. They have all that going on, which is very important to him. I feel like he's put a lot into Brash and Sassy, and he wants to see it succeed. He also wants to, in a way, make his brother pay for some of the damage that he's caused us over time, and then yet he's in a relationship that he truly, really wants to be in, and it didn't necessarily start in the most functional or, I don't know, typical
started
way.
pretty torrid.
Yeah, I mean, with the
I slept with
affair,
my
and then they
husband's
went
brother.
away. Yeah, exactly. So, there's a part of him that he understands why Jack is upset, but I feel like he's
He
taking
needs
it.
to get over it.
Yeah, I mean, get over it, man. It's been a couple months.
So 2 months ago. I know.
But isn't Billy like hacking into Phyllis's stuff?
Well,
the
yeah.
Brash
So
and
here's the
Sassy?
thing, though, about
like, what's
that.
the
It's
deal
like,
with that?
It's. I think there's a certain addiction that Billy still has, that's in him kind of all the time, and it's it could be anything. It could be alcohol at one point. It could be gambling at another point. It could be business. It could be getting back at Jack. It's just this kind of energy that he has in him, and I think he sees it as a way to like just take the shortcut in a way to get at Jack and use that. But I feel like he's trying to figure out how he can do it and not make it personal.
Right.
How does he, take this opportunity that's presented himself with hacking into Phyllis's computer, but not make it about their relationship? Can we live in this world where business is one thing and we still have this relationship, even though, I can't stand what my brother's doing, which is her.
But you're still sneaking onto her computer.
You're
I
sneaking
still am.
really
There's no
wrong.
doubt about
It's
it.
wrong.
Which is
When she
totally.
finds out, you're gonna be in
this is
big
totally
trouble.
wrong. Yes, and of course, and I will try and talk my way out of it, like I always do. And
Which-
I could end up single. I could end up back with you, or you could
God.
forgive me. So
Oh God, what's going
Well, I was just thinking there's not very much room in my house anymore, so.
You may have to live
I gotta
outside.
read, I got-
that's
So
true.
what would
yeah.
Phyllis do if she found out?
What would Phyllis do? Well, I'm going to leave that to the writers.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that one to the writers. But
would Gina-
I
What would Gina want Phyllis to do?
I would think I would want her to communicate the level of disappointment in the lack of communication they are having in their relationship. And they're sort of on two different pages. They're not on the same page. And they need to have a
Do
little
you
bit
feel
more
like a
on the
lack
same
of
team.
that communication is because you have been going behind Billy's back in a way also?
Could that be?
Is
It
that,
could
is that
be,
it
maybe, but see how we don't.
I don't
look-
think this
we
relationship
don't
I don't think
focus-
it's gonna
out.
work
This
out.
is not
I don't
working
know.
out.
I'm
I
not
can tell you
very
right
good
now.
about
Don't
this.
test me. I will
No
make it work.
foundation here.
We will
I
make
know
it
Philly
work.
fans, you love them. I'm sorry.
We will fight. We will
I will
fight.
stand up for Billy. Billy.
But are you all concerned about Victoria's head problems? Like, what's going on with
We
Victoria's
don't
head
know what's
problems?
wrong with her.
We don't.
She's acting very
But
strange,
she's acting
bizarre.
bizarre.
And
we
I
don't know
keep
what's
saying,
wrong
my
with her.
character's that
We have no
my
idea.
character says, go to the doctor. Did you get yourself checked out? What's going on with you? And really been kind of merciless with Victoria. And then we find out what the issue is, but I cannot tell you.
Of course.
Do you know what the issue is? Because I still don't.
How do you know?
You know
I
everything.
think I know.
It seems like all roads lead to Gina.
Gina's in
Is
charge.
Gina
She's running
knows.
this
Yeah, but you notice I don't say anything.
Well, you've always been good about
Oh,
that.
that's why I
That's
don't
just-
know.
But you don't know.
Unless,
I have no idea.
whatever I know is what the guess
I have
that I
somewhat
have.
of an idea.
So you have a good guess, and you think your
guess.
guess is right.
Yes, I believe my guess is right.
So how are you playing this if you don't know? Like you're just playing.
I
I've
am
got head.
brilliant actress.
Brilliant.
Please.
Very often, we don't know where our story's going.
Yesterday, and then this morning, she came to work and she had to do like a little thing, and she's like, "I really hit my head yesterday," and then I had to do this other thing, and my neck is tore up. So I'm like, "You gotta
yeah.
take it easy."
No. Well, we had 5 minutes to get the end, and yeah.
But are we the audience right now? She had this concussion, and we're supposed to think she has.
Yes, that's how it started.
she hearing
We
voices?
hear from
I
the
would- I don't
doctor
know.
that there's a concussion and that this might happen and then it might go away. We don't know how long it's going to take for it to go away, and I think that's where the audience is. But other things come up later on that are confusing even me, but it's really fun and interesting, and it's fun to play, and it leads to all kinds of different things for all of us, actually. Not in my head, but just,
So obviously, if there's a serious illness, I think this is going to put Billy in a predicament because he's going to want to care for her. Unless she's a multiple personality and something like that's going, I don't know. I'm just throwing out.
Billy's never shied away from having multiple women around him.
He likes crazy women.
I mean, if I get 3 over here and 1 over here, that's cool.
You see?
Yeah. Right.
So when you all first met each other
In real life.
in real life, when was that? When Jason came here, or did you know Jason before? Let's talk about Jason.
Yeah, let's bring it back to Jason.
Let's bring about Jason.
I'd never met you before.
Had you not met me
Well,
until
I'd met Amelia once, but she doesn't remember it. And then that's that. No,
Why do
that's,
so many people say that about me? I meet them and I don't remember. There must be, I don't
well,
have
you're
a
just
problem.
doing your thing. I mean, we didn't have a conversation, but we were sitting side by side, and
Do you remember
it was
this?
at the Emmys. We were we were both presenting that year, and we were
No.
there for rehearsal.
Now this is the sad part. I never presented an Emmy in my life.
Really? So it was a different person?
The other Amelia. I don't know. Somebody that looked like me.
So
Well,
that wasn't-
maybe
few of
were
us.
you
What are you
presenting?
talking?
I never presented.
So how did you meet?
On set. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What?
I don't
I'm
think
so
that's
confused
happened,
right
but-
now.
When I first met Jason, I thought, are you kidding me? You really are this handsome? I was like, what?
You're like, what?
Come on, that's just not fair. I just thought, wow, what a handsome man. And he was just so thoughtful and he listened beautifully. And you were in a coma. You just were a good listener. You didn't have any
was.
lines.
So, but did we not
He had
love
no
the coma
lines.
scenes? I loved
I was
loved when
speaking
he
to
got out of the
him.
coma, the day when you were floating around out of body experience.
Yep.
That was like the
and
first
right.
day of
and
work,
he
yeah.
was so connected, and he just got right in there, and he had tons of dialogue, and everybody was just, oh, we love him, we love him, we love him. He was just so, and everybody was sort of sneaking peeks on the monitor and thinking, oh, this is a great pick.
Yeah.
You even said that you were loving it.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Did you
leaving this
say
for
that?
me.
She did.
Yeah, no, I
She's
met
like,
him.
"Ooh."
I met him in the dark on the set, and everybody was.
Yeah, that was
Jason
that-
was like this tall around a swarm of smaller people, and they were moving around like a big gaggle around this tall, handsome man. And then they made their way towards me, and the sea parted of people, and there was Jason. Ah.
Now, each
I was
of
like,
you
hey.
each of you came onto the show. As a somebody else had played the roles before you.
all of us have?
All of you.
That's interesting.
gun.
I
All
did not
of
know
you.
that.
And you've all done such an amazing job of leaving your mark on the, like
That's
you
right.
can't see another person playing these characters right
Awesome.
now.
Yes.
So that's really hard to do, I think.
But I think you said it. It's leaving the mark. It's just putting your own thing on the part, and then it does become yours. So and then you create this new sense of trust for the audience, and if you're interested, they become interested, and and then I think you got some, percentage of luck, that they welcome you, the fans. I do.
Was it ever hesitation for any of you when taking on the roles you had that I'm going to have to place another actor had done this? Did you have any
Yeah.
hesitation in taking it on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
did. Yeah,
Right.
sure. I mean, hesitation in, really, should I do this? Is this really what I want to do? And then of course I trusted it and was honored that they picked me.
Yeah, I mean it's a big thing. I mean, people get very used to what to expect, and they expect a certain person, especially a certain look and a certain way of acting and a certain relationship, because every dynamic changes across the board. I mean,
so true.
Yeah, that's true.
The personal relationships that we have change because or the characters change because we are personal working together, and I knew Billy when I was over at General Hospital, so I knew how he brought it to life in a way, and I know how much love that they had for him, and yeah, I was nervous about it, but I think that's the reason why I wanted to do it. I mean, I think I've said this before, but I needed to figure out if I could still be a decent actor. Yeah, because I mean,
You're way more than decent, Jason.
well, I mean, it's like, we all know what it's like to do something for a long time. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to play a character for a very long time like we do. So, it's just natural that sometimes you can just come in and say the words and not feel too filled up with I mean, we use this word, we percolate, you try and percolate the characters with a certain amount of energy, and at a certain point it gets harder and harder to do that, and you can so I needed to have that energy in my own personal life, in which I was really excited that I got the opportunity to come here, because I obviously was I knew about the show, and then I knew of these two, and then I came into working with Gina and Amelia and with Peter. I mean, I couldn't have a better group of people
amazing.
to work with and really kind of just play with, and so it was such an awesome opportunity personally for me. But there's definitely nerves, but that's good, I think. It's good to have those.
And what are you seeing? Do you guys, obviously you're very big on social media, you're on there all the time. Are you guys following what the fans are reacting to right now and what they're saying and what their wants are, or what do you?
Oh, I see them all. We hear them. We see them for sure. Absolutely.
And what are they saying to you?
Well, you know, sometimes they say, we miss you. You haven't been on this week, or
Where are you?
Where are you? Or I can't, you know, we want you to stay together. We want you to stay together. Or I'm a Philly fan. I'll never be a Philly fan, but I love you, you know, or vice versa. You know, so they have teams. Yeah, so whether they like the writing at the moment, sometimes they'll voice that. Where your character's going, what you're wearing. So
What your hair looks like.
What your hair looks like.
They never say that about you, do they?
Now, one thing that does like freak me out a little is that now back in the day when we did this, there wasn't social media. Shows you how kind of old I am, I guess. But they wrote letters, right? And they said, that was an amazing
All
scene.
the fan mail that
But
came.
now when you have a love scene, when you have a shower scene, you'll see yourself on a loop on the Facebook, Twitter, and so that's kind of still mind-blowing to me. And sometimes I don't know how to take that. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I do not like it, and I'll be honest, because that's kind of strange to me.
Right, to see that.
Yes,
Yeah,
to
on a
see
loop.
that exploited or something, but on a loop. But it's something that's in the world. You know, you see that. So that's weird to me.
Yeah.
FYI, I don't know why.
And you? Social media?
Yeah,
You've
I
got
mean,
your
it's-
app,
it's-
you've got your stuff.
Does that bother you ever?
Does that bother you to see yourself?
Bother's kind of a judgment. Sorry, but does that, you know,
Well, you
like
mean
is
if
it,
you're in like a shower
if you're in a
scene and
you know,
Showers, are there like a GIF replaying?
or like a love scene? If we're doing a love scene and it's on a loop, is that weird?
I don't know. I'm usually the one putting them on loops and watching them over and over. So
It's Jason, the one that's
could be.
putting them
you?
out
Are
on
you just looking
social
at my
media.
Twitter? Is that what you're looking at? I don't know. Yeah,
It's weird,
it's
right?
all a little bit weird because you know I don't know. You end up. I think
a
we're all
blessing and a
probably a
curse.
little bit sick of ourselves at a certain amount of time, and so
Yeah,
when you
maybe.
get it overhauled a lot, it's a little bit.
Do you feel the
confronting,
pressure?
but-
Do you feel the pressure like how people are on Instagram all the time? People
Mm-hmm.
are, you have to keep posting, you have to keep posting, you have to keep posting, and it's all it becomes about the numbers.
kind
and
of a
people,
weird thing.
It's a weird thing, right? We all get into this. You keep having to
Yeah, keep
be-
up.
keep up.
Yeah.
I think it
Especially
has
as
to come
actors.
You're great to answer
Well,
this.
I mean, I don't know because there's a thing about it that is like it's almost become part of our job in a way.
Right.
You know, like we're asked to share our
It has to come from sharing.
Our lives.
our show and our lives, which is all part of it at a certain point. And I mean, people can be comfortable with it and not comfortable with it. And I think there is a lot of room for personal preference there. At the same time, we have somewhat of a public life in a way, but there are boundaries, and it's up to you to make them, I think. Nobody's going to ask you to do anything that you're not comfortable doing. And if that's the case, you have every right to say, I'm not comfortable doing something. So, I mean, it's a personal preference on how you want to share or not. I know.
Since Philly, there's been a lot of loops of love scenes. That's all we're always making love.
You were making love for a while there.
It's just an opportunity to have conversation. And to me, that's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I like learning about people. I want to share certain things, and I want to find out what makes other people tick. And whether it's about the show, whether it's about anything, social issues or whatever, it's an opportunity to have a conversation and to hear voices, which I think sometimes people want their voice to be heard sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's a simple gift that you can give somebody to just acknowledge them.
Absolutely.
And I
That's
mean,
nice.
That's true. That's a great thought. That's actually true.
I always feel pressure to like things because I don't want them
Somebody
to think
be
that I
upset that you
didn't like it.
Right?
I like it.
I think I like it.
Oh, Patty liked it. I like it too.
So are the ladies going to get really down and dirty to fight for this man? They're going to both.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
are we
we're
gonna
just
do?
getting started, I think.
I think so,
Honest
too.
to goodness, and we've been at this for since 2
We
years
need a
now.
good fight though. We need to
know.
like get into it.
But do you
We
like
don't-
cat fights?
No,
I actually have never had one. That's why I want to have one. I've never had a cat fight. Gina would be the
Gina,
perfect
she'd
one
like to have a
have.
cat fight.
Oh God.
Now, do you hate
don't like cat
when
fights?
the
I've never
women have
had
cat
one.
fights on soaps?
No, I like them.
You do.
Because
So
I
you're
like
not afraid
anything
to hair
physical.
pull and throw cake.
No,
and
because
get that.
it's all perfectly
They could be
choreographed.
creative with it. And
Yes.
do something different.
Yes,
You know, it doesn't
I'm
have
always
to be us
intrigued by
ripping
that. How you
each
can
other's
make
hair
something
out
look
or
real, and it
Oh,
is obviously not real.
Oh, food fight, anything.
Food
something
fight, anything.
funny.
So you'd
That'd
be
be
all
great.
for that.
Oh, of course.
I feel a little weird pressure about it. I don't like it.
He actually has a genuine dislike
Of fighting?
of being in the middle of two women
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
because
Yeah, I feel like
the
it's a lot of
pressure.
pressure. It's a lot of pressure for like two characters to want one guy. I'm like, God, come on, it's just too much pressure.
he doesn't know what to do with all that attention.
Yeah.
It's weird. It freaks me out. Like one's enough. I can't have two.
Can't please
It's a
both.
scary thought, isn't
It
it?
is a scary thought.
So what do you think? Where is Victoria going to go from here? She's had problems that we don't know what's going on, and she
can't
wants.
say a
But she wants him back.
Oh, him? Of course I do. I do. I've said it to everybody. I've said it to Phyllis. Did I say it to you? Do we see
Well,
that?
I called you out on it. I think.
Oh, we haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I'm
think-
making
yes.
it known
I called
to
her out
everyone
on it.
that
I said,
I.
let me guess.
But
You
I
don't
haven't
know.
actually told him.
That
I'm
you
like,
really
I'm
love him
acting
as
like
back.
everything's cool and we
But you
could just
kissed
work
him.
together.
They
Yeah,
had
but
the
that
bit-
was just a little mistake.
It was
It
her
meant
head
nothing.
thing. It was her head
It's her
thing.
head problem.
Yeah. Did I look off to the side and hear ringing and then kiss
Yeah.
him? Okay, then it was just a
She was
mistake.
under
I
some
was
sort of
wondering if that's a new
influence.
thing, like Billy comes and you get ringing. I didn't know.
No.
More like scratching down a blackboard. More like it would.
So what do you think? What can we look forward to then with Billy? He's going to continue to hack into her computer.
I mean, I think
and
like
work with
looking
Victoria.
at it from a little bit of an outsider in a way that I think that, I think he's going to come off the rails at a certain point here because I just don't see this ending very well for him.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I don't know. I mean, what he's doing is very deceitful when you think about it. And so I don't know how that's going to go with the relationship and then, with Victoria and Billy. I don't know. I think there's going to be a time where he just,
He freaks out.
He freaks out. and
Loses it.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know. I'm excited about that, at the same time. Change it up a little bit in a way of just like, I don't know. I feel like he's trying to please everybody in a way right now, including himself. And I just feel like this character, sometimes that gets too much and he becomes combustible.
You need to combust.
And where's Phyllis at with Jack? What does she think of Jack at this point?
What does she think of Jack? Still incredible friendship underneath it all, great communication, but so much unresolved. She's just they had an affair. She had an affair, and they did not talk about that enough, and because it was too painful at the time. So maybe we'll be able to revisit that. Why that marriage fell apart? What happened? What caused it? Why did the passion leave? What caused it? So that'd be fun to explore. I've not been told that that's where it's going, but
Yeah.
I hope they do, so it has some depth.
I think with these two characters too, it's interesting because there's moments in all of it that they're the only ones that know what they really have, but this town is almost too loud for it.
You mean
Right,
Billy
for-
and
for-
Phyllis
yeah.
For Philly.
for right
and
now?
yeah, and it's just like, I think Billy kind of feels like there's always going to be Jack and Phyllis. And then with Victoria, it's like that's where his home is and the kids and stuff like that. So there's always going to be this.
There's a huge pull.
There's a lot of kids.
lot of
lot of kids
A lot
over
of
in my
kids.
house.
And there's
A lot of
obviously there's
kids.
no room for me anymore,
No
so
room
I
for
don't know
you.
what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Gina.
Thank you.
Jason, Amelia. I love you
Michael.
guys. Thank you for having me at Phyllis's apartment. I
Yes.
really
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
I've never
I
been at
hope you
Phyllis's
enjoyed
place.
it.
Yellow couch.
And thank you guys and watch The Young and the Restless weekdays on CBS.